Hi, thank you so much for watching. I'm Pippi Peterson. I have now lived in a Class A motorhome, traveled full-time and lived in it for over 4 years, and I have now lived and traveled full-time in a fifth wheel for almost 6 months now. And I just cannot unbiasedly or fairly compare the two because they are so, the rigs that I had were so different. 22 years difference in age, and my motorhome from 1992 had no slides, and it was a very basic model inside. Well, the fifth wheel, which is 2014, has luxury features and much more modern. It's got slides, which the RV didn't. So it's very hard to compare with my experiences of the two because they're very different. However, the homey feeling that I get just by having the stairs, the level change, is very welcome. My life is so much better now. But back to the main reason why I got a fifth wheel: no engine, which also means no engine maintenance, no emissions testing, no moving it to do stuff for the DMV. Awesome. Also, with these super high ceilings, it doesn't get hot in here as fast as it did in the RV, which was actually really fast. Plus, this particular rig has a really good insulation package. Other RVs, Class A's, all of that can come with insulation packages, so those packages aren't something to compare fifth wheel versus motorhome. But the high ceilings, heck yeah! And check out the roominess! I kind of think that getting a motorhome is kind of your gateway step to getting a fifth wheel. If you already have a truck, it's kind of a no-brainer to get a fifth wheel or a travel trailer, depending on how big your truck is. I had a little economy car, and it could be pulled behind an RV, so it was just more of a natural step to get the RV. I can keep my car, I don't have to think about trucks, which I didn't know anything about at the time, and most people have, some sort of economy car or whatever. So it's a bigger step to take to get a fifth wheel or travel trailer, because not only are you now buying a new home, you're also buying a new vehicle and learning about trucks, which you might not know about. However, for me, with that car and the motorhome, it was 2 engines nagging at me. Not only just 2 engines, but one much older that required a lot of maintenance, a lot of attention, a lot of babying, and a lot of worry. It does take me longer to hook up and unhook my RV to the truck, when I leave someplace and when I arrive. But I don't care. I love my roominess. I love the space. I love the newness. I love my kitchen and my island. I love my washer and dryer. I absolutely love it. I don't care if it takes me an hour longer. I also love now that my whole storage space is up front. At first, I didn't think I was going to like that, because in the RV, you have so many bins that go along the base on each side. But once I got this organized and I got all my organizing components in, I love it. All my stuff is stored in one area. I can hang out right here and do a whole project. Fifth wheels are likely not going to come with a generator. So if you want a generator and a fifth wheel, you really have to do your research and keep your eyes out for the fifth wheels that come available that have generators. Most RVs will have generators, so that is a pretty big difference, but it's not impossible to find one with a generator. Toy haulers, which look a lot like fifth wheels, but they have a ramp on the back, a door that opens up to be a ramp that you can put bikes and stuff in there, and they have a separate space. It's the garage for the toys that you want to haul. And because of that extra space in the back, the living space in a toy hauler is much smaller, and that gives a completely different daily living feel. Also, fifth wheel or toy haulers they've got their generator. They also have usually an extra gas tank to fill up their toys, and they're usually going to become a little bit longer to make up for that less space of living space that's in the center part. And the toy haulers will usually have 3 axles, so because they're longer, they need to carry more weight, and so they're also going to be more expensive. My particular fifth wheel comes with some luxury amenities, and I finally feel like I'm living the life that up until this point I've scrimped and saved for. So I couldn't be happier with it. Because I have a diesel engine, it pulls uphill much better than my Class A gas engine did. And with a fifth wheel, I can back up, whereas a dolly, you can't really back up, maybe a couple inches on the downhill. With the fifth wheel setup, I've got a vehicle to get around with when I'm parked, and I'm still getting used to driving the fifth wheel. Trying to be more aware, because if I swerve a little bit with the motorhome and then the dolly on the back, the trailer just goes a little bit. But if I'm driving my truck with the fifth wheel on and I swerve a little bit, the length of the trailer is so much longer that the end of it swings a little bit more. So I have to be very careful driving it. I'm getting used to it, and then also getting used to huge, enormous turns. With the RV and the tow dolly, the trailer, the tow dolly and vehicle would pretty much go in the same path that the RV wheels did, whereas the fifth wheel, it does not go in the same path. So if I'm going down the road with the trailer and I turn to go this way, the trailer is not going to go up there and turn, it's going to swing over. So I've hit a couple curbs, getting more used to it, and it's something that can easily be overcome, that you shouldn't not get a fifth wheel because of that. It's practice and just knowing how it's working. With my RV, towing the vehicle behind at almost its maximum capacity of trailer weight, I was always worried about weights on board my RV. Whereas my truck now, my big dually 350 or 3500, and my trailer actually have a lot of capacity on their own and combined, so I don't have to worry about weights as much as I did with my Class A gas engine. And if something, God forbid, happened to my truck, I still have a home. I can even, and I have, swapped out trucks and kept my same home. The other great thing, my fifth wheel windows are built like windows in a house. My RV windows were like right here. They're built for you to look out them while you're seated. The other great thing about having a fifth wheel and truck is my truck, while towing, gets better gas mileage than my RV did. However, the flip side is, unhooked, so not with a trailer, it does not get obviously as good gas mileage as my little economy car did when I'm already unhooked, stationed somewhere, and then trying to get around town. Regardless of those cons, which are very minor in my mind, I don't foresee ever going back to a Class A or B or C. I feel like I'm now living my life. I'm not sacrificing on comfort, and I'm not avoiding costs. I absolutely love my fifth wheel, and I love my truck too. Well, that's my experience. So best of luck to anybody who's trying to decide between a motorhome of any class and a trailer of any style. I'm sure if you follow your heart, do what you think is best, you'll come to the most wonderful decision that works for you. By the way, I made a behind the scenes and filming of this video, so you should go check that out. It's on my Patreon page. And thank you guys so much for watching, for all of your support, and we'll see you next time.